Hey everybody, it's Jane
And Mike
from Earth Care Farm. It's July 28th and we are here in the home garden doing our once a month tour. It's tomato season, which we're super pumped about. Poppy's favorite thing is a tomato sandwich.
and it's this time of year that they come in. They taste better than anything you can buy.
So this is a Prudence purple tomato I just pulled off the vine. I love the greenish shoulders and the pink flesh. One of the most delicious tomatoes. I'd probably say that about every tomato that's in our garden. The sun gold tomatoes are super sweet.
Yeah, they're like candy.
The green zebras, I love them all. So they're doing great. You'll see they're kind of a little bit messy. We tied them up, but this is just what they look like at the end of July. Probably could have pruned them a little harder, but like a blush. Behind us, the hollyhocks have gone by, but there's still great structure. We see birds land on those all the time. The lavender is just kind of going by, but I'll have to trim that back in the next couple weeks. The basil, it's been a good basil season. Grammy's been making lots of pesto. Beautiful big basil leaves on these. This is Genovese, but it's bigger than usual, maybe from all the rain that we're having. This is celery. I guess I didn't know when to harvest it. It's gone by, but it was cool looking.
Yeah, things go to seed quick.
Yeah.
Happens fast.
These don't look very inspiring. We have some the peas that have passed. They're all brown and withery now. As soon as I'm ready to plant something new in here, we'll take these out. But right now there's actually these beautiful nitrogen nodes on the roots, and so I'm leaving them there for the microbes in the soil. But they don't look quite so
Aesthetically,
inspiring.
it doesn't look good, but it's still doing good things.
Yeah. Marigolds are popping. And we have these gorgeous sunflowers that are getting to be quite large and thick around the base, and they've held up to some pretty good winds we've had.
Yeah.
So
And besides getting all this good, healthy food from the garden, with the flowers in the garden, it really attracts a lot of bees. The leaving of some of your milkweed attracts the monarch butterflies. All kinds of birds come, and that's part of the joy of gardening, is to see the bees and the butterflies and the birds in your garden.
we keep this milkweed, which is the only food source for the monarch caterpillars, along the edge of our garden to really attract them and keep them well fed. So that's why we do this. Also looks a little messy, but I love it. I love it. Zucchini and summer squash are popping. We've got some gorgeous ones in here. I love these raven zucchinis. Nice dark green beauties. We have the first and second round of cucumbers that are pumping out right now. So much so that we're bringing crates full to the food bank, which is awesome. So cucumbers. Here's a little sweet one. Good ones for making pickles, but also just, I can just eat so many in a day right now. Okay, we've got our asparagus. It's not asparagus season, but I'm still finding a spear here and again. Sometimes I get enough to just throw in like with a pasta. It's pretty cool. And I just love the structure of this too. If you're gonna be in your garden for a while, I would invest in some asparagus. It takes time to get established, about 4 years, but it's well worth it. This is 20 years old now.
And it's still producing.
Yeah. The lovage looks a little bit funky right now. I could probably cut these off, but I'm actually seeing birds eating seeds off of these, so again, I'm leaving them. Got to think about our other critters.
Yeah. With the garden, besides sharing the abundance, the plants with your friends and neighbors and food banks and whatnot, you're sharing good quality food for other forms of life. And a lot of things are invisible that we don't see that you're sharing with.
My popcorn, I planted a little too late. It is coming up, but I'm curious to see if we'll get any. I think we planted it the second week of June. It was an experiment, a little too late. You gotta have failures in your garden to feel your successes as well. So don't beat yourself up if not everything does great in your garden.
And don't give up. It may come in.
It may.
It seems awfully small for this time of year, but it may
It's
still
supposed
happen.
to be knee-high by the 4th of July. I'm kind of short. It's knee-high by the 28th of July.
maybe the 4th of August.
Yeah. Beautiful marigolds. The green beans are really coming in. We'll walk over there. The second succession is just about to produce. The first one's starting to wind down a little bit. And this week we will plant our fourth round of green beans and carrots, beets, another round of summer squash, cucumbers. This will be our next succession this week coming up. So you can do that if you're following along with planting. Here's our green beans, the provider green beans. Really good and tender right now. And you can see they're still flowering a little bit on this first round, these beautiful little purple flowers. But the second round's really starting to flower, so I know a big flush of beans is about to happen over there. Last thing is our row of zinnias. I'm very strategic about the colors of zinnias I like. I love these rose lime ones. The lime, the hot pink, the purples. I like to choose kind of from the Bennery's zinnia packets which colors I'm going to get. And they just bring a lot of joy. I love, they're just fun to have in the house and cut and see how many pollinators are on these. Good way to have an introduction into your garden. Easy plant. Here we are with our 3 little farm kittens. They're going to be helping us out with mice control in the future. And we've been bottle feeding them for the last 4 weeks.
Jayne's taking good care of these. I'm not a cat person, but boy, when you see these, you fall in love with cats.
They're really sweet. It's hard not to smile when you're with them. Ooh, yes. So here we are in our bigger farm field. We have a cover crop row of just buckwheat, which is great for our honeybee hives. We have dahlias coming up. They're just starting to blossom. Love dahlias. They bloom right through October. Love that. And then zinnias, more zinnias. Just planted cover crop buckwheat on this bed because we pulled something out. We'll show you a few other things. We do a lot of mixed things in our beds. We like the diversity. This is popcorn doing much better. This is how it should be at the end of July. I don't know, planted on time. Then we do have some beautiful summer squash and zucchini here. This is a row planted for the food bank. We have a couple rows that are planted just for the food bank.
Jayne sends me once a week with totes, trays of food for the food bank.
Yeah, it's great. They know his car. And then we have some very wildly large sunflowers happening here. This is seed we saved. This is the mammoth gray striped sunflower. I can't wait to see it blossom. They're quite magnificent. I did mix in some other ones too, but the real big ones are mammoth gray stripe.
I have a neck issue and I can't even bend my neck to see the top of that one.
And then we have cucumbers coming up. 2 successions of cucumbers. These are again all for the food bank. They're both coming in right now, as tends to happen with produce, but beautiful little kind of smaller cucumbers, but so tasty, and glad they'll end up at a good home. That's about it in this field right now. We have another field, we'll show you that another time. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.